is joining a cult. Let that simmer. Hi there, my name is Sunday and welcome back to my channel. So today I am having my first mukbang. I got some food from Galitos. And as you can see from the title of this video, I'm doing a video of mistakes I made in my teens. And I decided to make this video a mukbang because I haven't eaten lunch. So yeah, let's get into it. These people's fries are non-existent. I don't know if I want to show this and move the camera. It's fine. Okay, this is it, and I have a bun in here. My teeny tiny baby fork. I'm just gonna start eating now. So, I'm sure if you're a Motswana and you watch YouTube, you know K. I got this video idea from her. She made, I don't know how many they were, but there was a list of mistakes that she made in her teens that she shot for. And she was shooting the whole month of March. Let's just start. I agree with a lot of what she said, and I basically summarized it into like or some of what I agree with. I summarized it into like one point, which is number one, preparing to be an adult. She talked about financial literacy, and I feel like every single child should learn how to steward money. And that's how to save money, how to make money. And it's just something you need it for the rest of your life. And part of that, preparing to be an adult, another thing that I really regret is not figuring out what I wanted to be with my life before varsity. Because you get to go through your whole primary, you go through, I hope my hands aren't ashy, you go through primary, you go through senior high, and you don't know what you want to do with your life. Oh, junior high, then senior high, and you don't know what you want to do with your life, and then all of a sudden, you had the results of Form 5 or Form 5 or A levels, depending on what you do, and yeah, you're given this list of like hundreds of courses that you should choose from, and you're just there like, I never thought about what I actually wanted to do after high school. I was just living it up and, going to school to see my friends, because I think most of us went to school to see our friends, not to study and get an education. I was one of those. So, not that I had many friends, we'll see. So I feel like I should have figured out what I wanted to do before I was put in that situation where I'm supposed to pick what to do. Another point, the last point under preparing to be an adult, is discipline. If I had learned to be disciplined and develop good habits like studying and doing my tasks on time without procrastination, if I had started building up that system before I became the 21-year-old adult I am today, things would be a whole lot easier. Okay, now I'm gonna put this meat. Because Jimmy's didn't look, because Galitos didn't sponsor this video, I can trash talk them. No, the meat's good. I got mild. I might regret it because I'm bad with chili. But anyway, it's good. This was $40 and I should have got Jimmy's. For 45, I've gotten a crap load more fries. And who doesn't want a crap load more fries? Okay, let me just run through this video because I don't want it to be long. Number 2 is that, oh guys, I wish I had went for therapy. That's like, I feel like that's like my biggest regret. Like, I regret a lot of other things, as you'll see, but my biggest regret is not going for therapy, because I grew up in a blended family and all the chaos that comes with a blended family. And I grew up as an African child in Botswana. So you grow up with being raised by people who have their own issues and they haven't dealt with those issues. And what happens? You develop issues from the moment you arrive on planet Earth. So how I wish I had started going for therapy in my teens, especially in Form 2. Is it Form 2? Yeah, Form 2. Because I was cutting in Form 2. Like, I don't have scars. It was a short season, a couple of months. But yeah, I was so depressed. Not clinically diagnosed, but yeah, I was so depressed that I started cutting, and just, you'll hear some of the dumb things that I decided to do. Like, I decided not to drink and smoke and hojola and sleep around and do all of these things, but I ended up choosing another coping mechanism, which was just as bad. Was it just as bad? Maybe a little bit better, but pretty bad. So my point is, I wish that I started going for therapy earlier. And if you are young or old or in between, wherever you are, and you know that you have issues, when you finish watching this video, go for therapy. Like, get that stuff sorted out, because you don't want to be a bitter 40-year-old or you're screaming at everyone and you just hate your life because things that you never dealt with, traumas you never dealt with, are creeping up. So yeah, that's like my biggest thing. And let's go to number 3. Hey, the way I'm speeding through this video, hope it's a good thing. It'll be a short video. Hey, this bread is dry. This bread is so dry. What am I supposed to do with it? No, man. That sucks. Maybe it's my fault because it's been here for a while. It's their fault. Why is that bread dry? It's not my fault. The customer is always right. Let me just check this moment and be like, you guys should also comment in the comment section, what are your own personal regrets from when you were a teenager, and also what you're doing now to actually deal and overcome all of that stuff. Because there's no point in reflecting or regretting and not doing anything to deal with that and recover. I hope the volume's good enough. There's not going to be any ASMR because I don't have a mic, so you won't be able to hear me eat. I'm not a mukbanger. So. Do you like my hair? Crown Beauty BW. I'm insert a picture of how it looks, and then this is just me styling it. It'll be with these. Regret number 3 is I did not make and maintain enough friendships. Like, I feel like now I barely have friends, but I never really enjoyed. Okay, most people my age barely have friends because my age, I'm 21. Most people my age. Okay, I'm low-key an old person at heart, so and most of the few friends I have are like 25, between 25 and 30. So that's like most people my age, but I mean most people their age don't have that many friends. But I feel like I never experienced and like truly experienced having friends and having many friends, and you know, just having someone who you call and you're like, oh, let's go to the mall, let's do lunch, you know. I feel like I don't have that because in my teens, trust issues, serious trust issues, and religion, Brentford, and religion, so I met a lot of people. I met a lot of really cool people, but just because of where my mind was and my perspective was at that time, I could not maintain those friendships, and they literally just slipped out of my fingers. And so it's one of those things which I regret. Like, I don't have many friends. Like, when I'm eating, actually, no, this is fine. I don't want to leave friends right now, but the point is, like, who do I call and just go for random lunches with? I'll do that with my sister, but apart from my sister, who am I gonna do that with? I don't know. And now my parents have been talking about marriage, so I'm just like, who's going to be my bridesmaid? Well, who are going to be my bridesmaids? Man, it's only until recently that I actually started making friends. Most of the people who are my friends, I've known them for years. And so it's just now that I'm actually doing something about that regret of mine from my teenage years. Let's wrap this up so this video is short. Let's break this first. Let us move on to regret number 4. Yo guys, it's not like a cult, yeah? But it's a cult basically. Yeah. What else can I say? Okay, let me actually tell you what happened so that you're not freaking out like, what happened to you, girl? Basically, I was raised in a Christian family, but I never really understood what was going on. Just went to church every Sunday. I went to church to chill with my friends. Went to church every single Sunday. And yeah, it was just life, Shem. And then when I was 14, like, was it 14? When I was 14, deep in depression. Come here, ha. I met some people and they preached the gospel to me. So then I understood the human sin issue, and Jesus coming to die for our sins, and being resurrected, and basically understanding what salvation was. And that's when I got born again, when I was 14, December, when I was 14. And then, so I spent like a while just wondering, still going to my parents' church. I'm not going to put names, let's not put names. Still going to my parents' church, and I just felt like I've been in this church all my life, and people from outside this church are the ones who preach the gospel to me. I'm born again now because people from outside preach the gospel to me. So I just felt so like I'm not growing spiritually here. I don't know, like they're not explaining to me like what am I supposed to do now? Because we'd go to church, Sunday school, and just hear like Bible stories, what of Moses and Miriam and Aaron and this and that and that. So I felt like I wasn't learning anything. Like, okay, I got born again, what do I do now? So I started going around to churches. I don't know how many churches I tried. And then after some time, in 2015, I settled on this fellowship. Well, it had just become a church. It had just registered as a church. So I settled on that church, and I was there from 2015 to 2018. But in the beginning, it wasn't that bad. Well, it kind of was, but it wasn't like that bad. The problem with that church, and the reason why I call it a cult, is because the doctrine, it's not Jesus focused. It's focused on the pastor and the church. Like, you can't visit other churches because they don't know the true God. You can't listen to sermons from men of God that I don't approve of because they don't know God. You can't this, you can't that, you must dress like this. Wearing pants for women is a sin. Kantele wearing pants for women is not a sin. So there was just a lot of confusion in the doctrine. There was a great emphasis on heaven and hell, mainly hell, and just instilling fear in us, and whatever this person says, whatever the pastor says goes. Like, it came to a point where I was uncomfortable reading the Bible for myself, because I felt like if I read the Bible for myself, I won't interpret it right, like the pastor would interpret it, and then I'll deceive myself and I'll go to hell. So literally everything, and even with friendships, do not be unequally yoked with heathens, because if you do, then you'll start sinning like them, because they're all heathens and they're sinners and they're all going to hell. Then you're also gonna go to hell. Just everything, hell. And I followed that for years, until a certain point where this thing happens, where if you're stuck in religion, there's a point where, is it religion? Legalism. There's a point where you snap, and people snapped, including the pastor snapped. And when the pastor, you see, when whatever season he's in, the rest of us are in. If we're preaching hellfire this season, we're preaching hellfire. If we're drinking a little, doing some things a little, joling in the church a little, we are in there, right? So that's what happened. And things just, I'm not gonna say details, but things just got so toxic and so bad, and that I decided to leave. That's 2018. 2018, I left that church, and my relationship with God was on the rocks. Hey, oh my God, I was terrified of God. And I feel like I still low-key am still unlearning a lot of the things that we learned there, because 2015 to 2018, going to church every single Sunday, going to every single event without fail. And that was in the praise and worship. But you know what? After I left that church, I couldn't sing anymore. I was just like, I don't know what life is. I'm just so freaked out and so traumatized because I went to that church as an escape from like my own issues and like kolaping and drama and so kolaping. So I was like, okay, fine, let me do this because a lot of people would start drinking alcohol or doing this and that and that and that. My thing was church. So now I'm just like, everything is hitting me. Everything from the church is hitting me. Everything from my life is hitting me. The things I've been trying to run away from, and it was just a mess. So my whole 2018, oh my gosh, and I got dumped in 2018. Hey God, I got dumped in 2018. 2018 was the pits of, yeah. So that's one of my biggest regrets from my teen years. You want a story time? Subscribe and comment. But yeah, that's just the 4 biggest mistakes of my teen years. But I'm still a Christian. I have notifications coming up when I'm shooting a video. I hope they don't show. But anyway, I'm still a Christian. I've gotten my relationship with God back on track. My personal relationship with God. Now it's not about pastors and extras. It's me and God. It just so happens that I go to a church. But I'm at a place where I'm like, if something unsettles me, I won't do it. I'll just go to the Bible and figure it out for myself. And if I agree with it, based on what the Bible says, I'll follow it. If I don't, so yeah, that's just that's just it. So let's end this video here so that it's not too long. Thank you so much for watching this video. See, I'm becoming consistent. I'm really working on that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you like this video if you like this video. Make sure that you leave a comment down below about what you regret in your teen years and any video ideas that you have for me. And that's about it. So see you on the next one. Yeah. YouTube is my new excuse for buying food. I'm like, no, it's for a mukbang. Yep. Not that I actually need an excuse.